Testing, 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 testing. Perfect. What's going on, team? Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. Hope you guys had a great trading day today. We're gonna talk about all the trades that we were looking at for today. We'll talk about some entries that were taken, and we'll talk about their movements, right? So the pairs we're going to be going over today are the ones with the red folder, starting with AU, finishing off with US oil. We'll be looking at AUD USD, Euro AUD, EURCAD, Euro USD, GBP AUD, GBP CAD, GBP JPY, JBP USD, US30 USDCAD, USD ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and US oil. Those are going to be the pairs we're going to be going over in today's session. These are the trades, or these are the pairs that we look at when we look at our trading session in the morning during NYC. Once again, this session, the isolation session, market breakdown, is just the session where we go over the pairs that we trade, we go over the 30-minute time frame, we look at market structure, and we start looking for entries. We start looking for positions to take an entry and the reasons why. We give it the reasonings. And then the morning session, the NYC trading session from 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., that's where we go back onto these pairs and we start looking for those entries to start developing. So again, if you guys have any questions about any pair, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. Anything you guys want me to explain again, anything that's not making sense, just let me know. And we'll get to it, guys. The session should be fairly quick today. Should be about 35 to 40 minutes. Movements for pretty much a lot of these pairs right now, we're pretty much just waiting for either pullbacks or we're waiting for price to give us a continuation to continue to look for trades. So we're gonna go ahead and just get started. I'm gonna give everybody another minute. 6 p.m. just hit, but I just posted the link. I'll give everybody till the 3.5 minute mark on the stream, so we'll give everybody another minute and then we'll get started. Haven't seen Muhammad in a minute, man. I sent him a message this morning. I hope he's good. I haven't spoken to him in a minute. Alright, guys. Give out a few more seconds here and then we'll get started, guys. Alright, guys, let's get started. So we'll start off with AU. We know in AU we are in A2. We're looking for that third push to the bottom, right? In the daily time frame, we could already see prices still giving us higher highs and higher lows, right? But the structure in this higher high, higher low that we see in the daily time frame, structure is really in the 4 hour, right? And we can see in the 4 hour, price gave us a change of character: higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, waiting to see where price wants to give us a higher low to continue the push to the top side. However, why am I looking for price to give us a push back to the top side, even though we're in an overall downtrend? Well, right now, what I'm pretty much looking for now, we can see in the 4 hour time frame, price is in the zone of consolidation, and we can see that price wants to continue this downtrend push, which is good, right? It's good. Now, why am I still looking for price to give us an inducement of the lows to continue going back up? Is because we have this 30-minute gap. Now, let's rewind and start thinking about what price could do with this gap. If price decides to turn around and give us a 4-hour lower low. So if price decides to start turning around and gives us a break of the 4-hour higher low, then we know price is just going to continue and it's just going to leave this gap up here. But why would the market leave that gap up here is because of two things. Price is either going to come back to the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Notice, right, every single time price reached the top of the zone of consolidation, what did price do? It rejected, came back down, 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 rejected, right? Every single time. So there's two things that I'm looking at. We're either going to be looking for price to reject these highs and continue going short, to just continue the zone of consolidation where we'll see price reject these lows and continue that push back to the top side, or this is where we're going to see price just finally give us a break of the zone of consolidation to continue the downtrend pushes. And when price for AU starts turning around the same way we did here, this is where we'll see price start that uptrend push when the market makers pattern flips and we start looking for uptrends, right? So we've seen that happen before. It's very rare. It's something that, again, we are just projecting at this point what price could do, right? We're building the blueprint before it happens, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna keep these drawings on here in the daily time frame, right? And so I'm not confused here. Let me actually do this as well. I should have done this earlier, so I'm gonna take a couple seconds here to just put these drawings as daily time frame, so we don't have to see this every single time we hop on the chart on a lower time frame. Right, this is the one I don't even want to keep this one. Boom. Shit. What did I do? I don't want this one either. 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 That's a brush. Highlighter, I don't want that. Highlighter, I don't want that. Okay, cool. All these other ones, perfect. Visibility, daily, visibility, daily. Right, visibility, daily. Biggity bop. Beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. That type of make it take off. Alright, cool. So now that we could have the blueprint, now we know there's two things that price is gonna do. Now, in the 4-hour time frame, we're reaching a point of interest, right? Where we wanted to see price come back up and give us a retest. And we can see that price is just continuing that downtrend push, right? And we have a day of drop yesterday. We had a gap in the market, but we know that's the first gap of the day, right? First gap of the week, first gap of the trend. We had a day of drop. Today price gave us a second day of drop, and already for tomorrow's session for Wednesday, price opened and already gave us that 372 going short. So I'm also going to delete these drawings here. Right, so we're all on the same page that we know price was in a zone of consolidation. We're still in a zone of consolidation. We want to see a clean break of these lows before we could continue going short. Right, so we have another day of drop and we have another bearish 4-hour candle. So again, AU is still not really on my watch list as of yet. I still want to see price pretty much fill these gaps up first before we could continue the downtrend push. If price decides to give us a break of structure, a change of character and a break of structure of these lows, then we'll start looking for shorts. But until then, AU is still not going to be on my watch list for now. Euro AUD, very similar to AU with that gap in the 30-minute low. Only difference is, as you guys can see, Euro AUD is in an uptrend compared to AU is in a downtrend. But right now you can see how price is moving differently, right? Even though we're in an overall uptrend, we're in V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation looking for that third push to the top side. We could still see price giving us lower lows and lower highs, and we see that in the 4-hour time frame. Right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We have no continuations, and right now in the 30-minute time frame, what is price doing? Price gave us a beautiful change of character. It gave us a beautiful break of structure retest to continue to that third push to the top side, right? Which comes down to what we were talking about for the last 2 weeks, where I'm not really expecting Euro AUD to really continue this uptrend push yet. right? I'm looking for the same thing that I'm looking for on AU is similar to what I'm looking for here. It's just opposite, right? Before I could continue to look for a trade on Euro AUD, what do I want to see? There's a few things I want to see. So first and foremost, I want to get off of this lower lows and lower highs. I want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. And that's going to flip in the 30-minute time frame. However, right now in the 30-minute time frame, we are trading between this previous higher high, higher low, and higher high. So I either want to see price trail back down and give me a steeper pullback to then continue the trend to the top side, or I want to see price pretty much stay in like this little zone, right? If we get down to these lows, if price rejects these lows, then we'll continue that push to the top side, right? But right now, before I could enter a trade, I need to see price fill this gap up before anything else. So Euro AUD is also another one. I'm not going to be looking for any entries until we fill this gap up, or until we get away from this zone and give a break of structure of these highs. Is the only way I'll take a trade here. EURCAD, and again, like I said, a lot of these pairs, guys, I'm just gonna go through them quick, especially if they're not gonna be on my watch list. You know, if you guys want deeper explanations, you guys could go to the Sunday session that we did. That's the session. The Sunday session is the weekly market breakdown, is where we give a full explanation of everything that's going down, right? The daily time frame, why we're looking at the daily time frame, the daily highs, the daily lows, the 4-hour highs in the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour lows, the 4-hour structure, why we're looking at it. All of that is talked about in the weekly market breakdown. This session is just us updating our charts, talking about what we're looking for and why we're looking at them in the 30-minute time frame, right? So EURCAD, we're in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. Very similar to the other pairs, right? For EURCAD, the first thing is first. What we want to see is price break above our zone of consolidation to give us the confirmation that we're finally starting that second push, that second trend push to the top side. However, we know we have a gap down here. So again, same situation as the other ones. The only difference with this pair is we can see we're in a zone of consolidation, right? And we can see that a little bit clearer in the 4-hour time frame, right? This is where price has been, again, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, right? But we can still see that lower low, lower high that price is doing. However, every time price gets up to these highs, we reject. Every time we get down to these lows, we reject. And now you start seeing like, okay, yes, even though we could see lower lows, lower high, lower lows, we're just still trapped in these lows, the same way we're still trapped, you know, in these highs. So with that being said, what do we want to see before we could take trades going long? What do we want to see? We want to see this break of structure, right? Or we want to see a rejection of the lows the same way we had down here to continue this push to the top side, which is what we can see in the 30-minute time frame, right? It's just the little continuations waiting for those confirmations, right? We waited for the change of character to happen. We waited for the break of structure. We waited for the pullback. We waited for that third push. Now we're not expecting price to continue that uptrend push just yet, right? Well, we're looking for that pullback. So this goes to what we're looking for here in the 30-minute time frame. In the 30-minute time frame, we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price went down, gave us a higher low, higher high, and then price gave us a change of character, lower low to the lows that we're in right now. Oh, this is a horrible zone. I'm gonna use just this zone here, I guess. It's not that good of a zone, but it's all good. Alright, price did exactly what we were projecting it to do from yesterday's session, right? We had so many days. We had 6 days of price just moving up, up, up. We finally have that push back down to the bottom. Gave us a pullback. So again, EURCAD is another one on my list that at this moment I'm not really going to be trading it actively anymore for the rest of this week. If I see higher highs and higher lows again start developing the same way we did here, then I'll start taking those trades again. But until then, I want to see that pullback going back down to the bottom. So now the next question that I get a lot is, oh, but if you know it's going to go down, why don't you take those shorts? I don't trade against the overall trend. That's one of my rules. I don't trade counter. I don't trade pullbacks. I only trade with the trend. So if the overall market makers pattern is up, since we're in an uptrend, I'm only looking for buys. Hope that makes sense, guys. Euro USD, we're in V1. We're in the first zone consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. We're waiting for that confirmation to give us that third push to the top side. Now, we're in a situation where is price in the external time frame, is it going to give us this higher low as we could see here in the 4-hour time frame, right? Let's take a step back really quick. We know we had 3 months that price gave us the push to the top side, right? At the third month, it gave us a rise, no net. Could we be expecting this month to give us a 4th month variation back to the top side? It could happen, but we need to follow structure, right? We know we were trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down and tapped our previous higher low. Now, does this mean, and we'll talk about this because I caught a small entry on this morning. Does this mean, oh, we're getting in a trade quick, right? And we'll talk about that entry because I took it from last night's session and we'll talk about it. So since we're now in the 4-hour low, right? I had a lot of people on the stream, oh, but if we're in the 4-hour lows, just get into a trade. I'm like, all right. What I did on the stream and what I did on a one-on-one session that I had last night too, it was like 12:30, 1 a.m. I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'll take the trade and we'll see what price does. Is price gonna continue, or is price going to come back down or reverse or continue going short, right? Remember what I always say, when we get into our point of interest, what do we need to see? Before we could take a trade, what do we need to see? We need to see higher highs and higher lows. By the time I took the trade, it was over here in these 4-hour lows. I had a little stop loss. This was the position right here. We had the rejection candles straight to the bottom, and then TP was the 40 pips, right? Now the question is, oh, why didn't this work out, right? Or why did it go back into break even if you didn't cash out, whatever the case is, right? Simple. Did we ever have higher highs and higher lows? Did we ever have a change of character and a break of structure? No. All we had in the 5-minute time frame was a change of character. If we would have gotten a change of character, higher high, higher low, and we would have gotten this higher high, higher low, 100% sure this trade would have continued. 100%. But the fact that price only gave us a change of character, never gave us a clean break of structure, you already know price isn't going to continue, and price went down. So I was looking at this. I got off my charts at like 12 o'clock, right? Once I saw that price came back down, it was NYC, I was like, okay, cool, no problem, right? We're still in profit. And then price came back up. As soon as I saw price come back up and this 930 candle rejected the highs again, I got out right here. 21 pips, not bad, right? Would I have taken this trade on any other day if it wasn't for me doing the one-on-one sessions? I'll answer that question too. Would I have taken this trade on any other day if it wasn't to give the examples? No. Why? Because again, we never got that change of character break of structure. The whole point of me trading, right? I'll give you guys my backstory and my philosophy in trading, right? I want to be able to take a trade, place my take profit, place my stop loss, and be able to look away from my charts. I don't want to have to sit here from the time that I open a trade to the time that I close it. I don't want to have to be babysitting trades. And that's what we were doing the entire time. We were babysitting trades. Why? Because we didn't have any confirmation that price was going to continue the uptrend push. We had no trend change. We had nothing. If we would have had that change of character, if we would have had that break of structure after the change of character, and we would have been in that trade, we know we could hold that trade. And we know we could set our stop loss, set our take profit, and we know 99% of the time is going to hit our take profits. Right? If we don't wait for those confirmations, if we don't wait for the proper confirmations that we need in order to take that trade, we're going to lose the trade. Or price is going to hit break even, or again, you just got to babysit the trade and wait for price to pretty much tell you what it wants to do. Right? It's one of those things where you either are going to wait for price to tell you what it wants to do, to then listen to what price wants to do and continue to confirm, or you're going to just get into the trade, ignore what price is doing, and that's where you just, a lot of traders will tell you, oh no, trading is 50-50. Like it's 50-50 if your strategy is 50-50. Right? If your approach to the market is 50-50 gambling, where you're going to take every double bottom and you're going to take every double top, then okay, by all means, of course, you could trade, you could be profitable with a 50% strike rate. Again, you just better have a really good risk management. You either have to have really good risk management, or you have to be really good at managing your trade and babysitting your trade all day when you're in that position. And for me, it wasn't viable to do that, because when I was learning how to trade, I was still in school. I was still working a full-time job, right? I was also competing in video games and Call of Duty. I didn't have time to take a trade, look at my screen, babysit the trade. I was on the go at all times. Taking trades, I would close my charts, right? And then I'll look at my chart and I'm either at stop loss or break even or whatever the case is. And I always had to understand why am I losing these trades? And this is the number one reason as to why my trades weren't going my way. It's because, again, we're still, how could you be looking for buy? We'll keep this super simple, guys. I don't want to keep this too extended or make this boring for you guys, but I just want this to click, right? How are you looking for buys when price is still giving you lower lows and lower highs? It doesn't make any sense. You're trying to hit a home run when they're throwing change-ups at you, right? You're trying to hit a home run when they're throwing curveballs at you. It doesn't make sense. It's not gonna work, right? Unless you have a fucking .800 batting stat, you're not gonna be able to take these trades. It's just it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, right? So Euro USD is another pair where, again, I'm keeping a very close eye on it. However, I'm not actively trading it. Once we start seeing higher highs and higher lows again on Euro USD, that's when I'll start attacking the charts. But right now, I have to just let it go. I have to let it do what it has to do. Give us a pullback. Give us whatever you want to give us. I'm waiting till we see those higher highs and higher lows. Right, so GA, we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. Once again, we're just moving sideways in this little zone. We can see price in the internal giving us lower lows and lower highs. We know that we have this gap at the bottom of the market again. So again, GA is another one of those pairs where, cool, we could continue to see higher highs and higher lows. Before anything else, I want to see a break of structure. Right, so first and foremost, did we get a break of structure? A valid break. Test, 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 came back down. Testing candle, this one didn't close above. These are still all testing. I don't like this break, but we have 2 days of rise. Right, on 2 days of rise, what are we looking for? 3 days of rise. We're looking for a 372. The market opened, that already gave us that third push. So am I expecting price to continue this uptrend push? No, I'm looking for a pullback. Right, and where am I expecting this pullback to happen? Damn, I don't like this 30-minute low, but I'm gonna keep it here anyway. Fuck it for now. And we know we're trading between this 30-minute high. Right, so notice how we have a 30-minute gap here, and we have this engulfing candle down here. This is gonna be interesting. I want to keep an eye on. Right, again, before anything else, I want to see this gap being filled. So we don't have any continuations. If we have 2 weeks of rise, then maybe we'll take a third week. But again, I'm not comfortable taking these positions because we have this gap at the bottom of the market still. So we'll keep an eye on GA, but again, not a pair that I'm actively trading. So we're just gonna go ahead and run through that real quick. So GCAD, we were in V1, we were in the first zone of consolidation, and we finally got that break above the zone of consolidation. Perfect. Only thing we haven't gotten yet was an actual pullback, right? And that's what I'm looking for here on GCAD. I'm looking for that pullback. So now in the 4-hour time frame, we could still see price giving us higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came down, higher low. Right, started giving us internal higher highs and higher lows. Beautiful. GCAD is moving really nice. Right, so now we have a week of rise. This week we could be expecting a second week to the top side. And on the 30-minute time frame, this is another pair that for 6 days in a row we've been just pushing up, 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 up until today. Right, today price gave us another push to the top side, but we ended up the day on a no net. Right, so it reset the trend. Could price, technically speaking, could price continue this push to the top side, especially now that we have a no net? Absolutely. We know we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. So we know that we're trading between this higher low and this higher high up here. Right, so now, what am I looking for? We're going to pull back. GCAD could be a good one to get into. Only thing I don't like about GCAD is how high we are in the zone. Where we're still trading within the previous higher high. You know, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. But again, at the top of the market, not the best spot. Not the best spot to look for a trade. So what am I going to be looking for here on GCAD is very simple, right? At this point, we know that internally we're pretty much trading still higher high, higher low, higher high. The break of structure, really we got it here, right? I want to see price either break these lows to continue going short, or this is where price is going to continue that uptrend push. And this could be an internal time frame structure as well, as we can see in the internal, in the 5-minute, in the lower time frames. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is where price has to pretty much break to continue that push to the top side. Right, so GCAD will continue to monitor it going into tomorrow to potentially look for some more buys into this. However, this is one that I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but I'm gonna keep a very close eye on it for tomorrow. If we get pushes to the top side, then we'll take those trades. GJ, I'm not actively trading it, so I'm just gonna update this in the 30-minute time frame. Well, we'll do the daily time frame too, since a lot of people look at GJ. But let's keep it simple, guys. Again, daily time frame, we're still in an uptrend. We're still making higher high, higher low, and higher high. Waiting to see now in the 4-hour time frame and the internal time frame. Are we gonna continue the higher low going into the higher high, or are we gonna follow the internal time frame structure, which is still lower low, lower high, lower low? So why do I not want to take any trades here? Notice how many times price rejected these highs, right? Why would I take a buy? Let's go back to the 30 now. Look how many times price rejected these highs. Yes, we could still see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Higher low, higher low. But how many times did price reject, go down, reject, go down, reject, go down, right? We still haven't broken these highs yet. We're still going down. So it goes into the question that I had in yesterday, right? We had 2 days of rise. Today would be the 3rd day. Why didn't today's 372 on GJ work out? Because we're at the top of the zone. It's that simple. So GJ is another one where I'm not going to be trading it actively. Not going to be trading it. Keeping an eye on it just like every other pair. But I'm not going to be actively trading it until we get these breaks. Once we get these breaks, that's when I'll start trading going into an uptrend. Or we're going to get the rejection of these highs to go short. It's that simple. Right, but GJ, I'm not going to entertain it. Go on to the next one. GU, very similar to EU. Right, GU, we're in V1. We're in the first zone of consolidation. We did get that break of structure of the zone of consolidation. So now we know we are in level 2, looking for that uptrend push to the top side. Right, we're looking for price to continue this higher high and higher low, which we could see in the 4-hour time frame. Right, in the 4-hour time frame, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Higher high, looking to see, okay, we're in the higher low, we're in the 4-hour highs, or I'm sorry, the 4-hour lows. Is price going to turn around? And for us to see if price is turning around, we go to the 30-minute time frame. Right, what do we want to see in the 30-minute time frame? Same thing we wanted to see in EU. We want to see a change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, higher low. Do we have that? No. We're still trading between lower low, lower high, lower low. We need to see price give us a change of character, higher high, higher low. We need to see price give us a break of structure, higher high, higher low, and then we take a trade to continue that push to the top side. Right, so right now for GU, is still a couple things I want to look for before I could take an entry. However, you guys can see how it's setting up now, right? We just got to be patient. Right, once we get our confirmations that price is going to give us that push, then we start trading. Then we start taking entries, and then we're good to go. Right, we'll win those trades. So GU, nothing just yet, nothing for tomorrow, nothing that looks too clean as of yet. US30, we'll talk about this trade, beautiful trade that I took today. Daily time frame. Right, what are we doing? Higher highs and higher lows. We're in the highest point in the market. Right, we can see that we're at the highest point in the market. We have that drawn up here in the 4-hour time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, we're at the highest point in the market. Right, higher high, higher low, and we're in the higher high. So now in the 30-minute time frame, what did we want to see? Well, we either wanted to see the same thing that we've been seeing for the last 2 days, that price continues to respect the higher lows, give us the change of character, break of structure to continue the push to the top side, right? Higher high, higher low, same thing. I had this drawn out, but I deleted it today to add what I had today, right? But yesterday's market structure, if you notice it, it was the same thing as today. The only difference from yesterday to today is that yesterday we did not have a higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, break of structure to continue going short, right? All we had was the inducement of the previous higher low, and then internally we had a change of character, break of structure to continue the push to the top side. For today's market structure, which is in the 5-minute time frame, which is what yesterday and the day before yesterday, which was the other trade that we took, right? What was the difference? We had higher high, higher low, right? Higher high, higher low. Now what did price do here? Higher high, change of character, lower low, lower high, break of structure, lower low. Now what happened with this break of structure? A lot of people are like, oh, are you going to be waiting for price to give you a pullback to the break of structure to continue? No, because the break of structure that we had today was a clean break with no pullbacks. What does that tell us? that this is going to be a simple 23.6. All right, let me go ahead and delete some of these drawings here so we could start up fresh, and we'll look at everything. We'll talk about the trade. I did a little one-on-one session with this pair for today as well. So let's talk about it. So the number one thing was this entry was here, right? So once we had that internal break of structure, all I was looking for was a 23.6 and 38.2 retracement. Did we get a 23.6? A 23.6 and 38.2 retracement? We did. So where was my entry? My entry was super simple. It was the 38.2 retracement. Stop loss was above the 50%. And my TP was at the bottom of the 30-minute low. That was it. That was my entry. Now, let's talk about why I was only looking for these lows, right? Why was I only looking for price and TP to be those lows? Well, because we know that we're still trading higher high, higher low, and higher high, right? So for us to stay in a trade when price is still uptrending doesn't make any sense. Now, let's talk about the vice versa of it. For the people who are looking for the buys in these higher lows, why didn't these higher lows work out? Let's talk about it. We had a change of character, higher high, higher. Well, first of all, right, we see that we had this drawn out. We had a lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low, right? A tap, and then price went and gave us a lower low again, change of character. Then price again gave us a higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went back down again and gave us another change of character. Boom. Still, we don't have a confirmation that price is turning around yet. Notice that. We never had a clean break of structure retest to continue, right? Price always gave us the break of structure and then the change of character back down to the bottom, right? Then price, what did price do again? Gave us another higher high change of character, right? Because price broke these highs here in the 1 minute time frame. Right, boom, right here. Then price, what did it do again? It gave us a lower low change of character, right? Lower high, boom, break of structure, lower low. What did we get? Lower high retest to continue going short. Beautiful. Back down to the bottom. So market structure is key, guys, especially, again, I say this every single time with US30. US30 is not a pair you want to trade if you are not comfortable taking trades on AU. If I'll say this point blank period so it can be simple for everybody watching, whether you're here live or on the recording. If you cannot win on a regular Forex pair, whether it's AU, CAD JPY, USD CHF, whatever the pair is, if you are not actively winning trades and are profitable on a Forex pair, you cannot trade indexes. You cannot trade commodities. If you trade GBPJPY and you cannot actively trade it, meaning you're not actively profitable on a pair like GBPJPY, you should not be trading US30. Why? If you're not profitable on a trade and you don't know how to read market structure on a pair like AUDUSD that only does 40 to 50 pips on a day-to-day basis, how do you think you're going to read market structure and price action on a pair like US30 that moves 430 pips a day? How are you going to be reading market structure and price action on a pair like gold that moves 300, 200 pips per day? Now, if you want to test yourself to see if you could trade a pair like US30 or gold or any commodities or any indexes, go trade GBPJPY. GBPJPY moves 150 to 200 pips per day. Price action and market structure is very similar to those pairs that have high pip amounts in a day-to-day basis. So again, if you want to test yourself before you hop on an index, go trade GBPJPY. And if you can't trade GBPJPY, you cannot trade indexes or commodities. It's that simple. You're going to get faked out on a big pair. And again, a 5 pip loss on a pair like AUDUSD, if you make that same mistake on an index, that 5 pip stop loss turns into 50 pips on US30. Same thing with gold. So once again, I don't really like doing breakdowns on US30 because not unfortunately, but it's one of those pairs where 90% of the people who watch streams and want to get better at trading is for that reason, is to get better at trading, right? And I'm not gonna tell you, you know, right now, I'm putting a wide example, a general example, right? You can't be a 6-month trader, a 1-year trader, even a 2-year trader, and think that you're gonna go into US30 and be the best trader in the world. It doesn't work that way. If you don't see success in your strategy on a smaller moving pair, you're not going to see success on a pair that's moving 4 times, 5 times, 10 times more than any other regular pair. So US30 for today gave us another beautiful day of drop. Again, this is still a pair that I'm actively looking for price to turn around and give us a change of character, break of structure to continue those downtrend pushes. But we do have this gap here at the top of the market. So before we could even continue this downtrend push, we know that price is going to give us a pullback back to the top side. So US30 still, you know, I'm actively looking at it. I'm actively going to be trading it. But this is more of a pair where I can't give a wide prediction of what I think price is going to do based on the fact that we're still at the highest point in the market, but we're still also following higher highs and higher lows. We just have to wait for confirmations to look for a trade for this one. So US30, nothing too crazy. We're almost done here, guys. Only missing 4 more pairs, and then we're done for the night, and we'll be back again tomorrow morning for the live trading session. So USDCAD, we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. Once again, we're at the highest point in the zone of consolidation. Not the best place to look for a trade, so I'm not going to be looking for a trade. Right? We also already had 2 weeks of rise. This week being the 3rd week. Price already gave us that 3rd week push to the top side. So with this pair, I'm pretty much done for the week looking at USDCAD. This is also a pair that we've been just trending up for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. And then today, price gave us another push to the top side, and we ended up finishing the day on a day of drop, right? We finally price gave us a day where it went down. So, again, this is still a pair that I'm not really going to be actively trading as much as I would want to, but we'll keep it on. Again, we'll look at this in the morning. We're still following higher highs and higher lows. Right, higher high, higher low, and all of this is part of the same trend, higher high. So could we still be following that higher high and higher low? Could this still be a higher low to continue into a higher high? Absolutely. USDs are very similar. This is going to be another one I'm not really going to be actively trading. We do have 2 days of rise on this one. This one looks the best out of all the other ones. Daily time frame, we're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We have 2 months where price was giving us the drops. This month, price did not give us a new low. It did give us an engulfing candle, and we could still see price in the 4 hour giving us lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this still be a lower high to continue into a lower low? Absolutely. This is the only thing I don't like about USDZAR, is that we're still in that downtrend, right? And looking at our left side, we know that this is where price rejected the highs once already. Could this be where price turns around and goes short again? Of course. So USDZAR is one I'm not going to put on my watch list just yet. Gold, this is another one that was really beautiful for today, and as you can see, I was doing a little session today, so I have a few things drawn up on the screen. Daily time frame, very similar to US30. We're in peak high territory. We're all the way at the top of the higher high. Nothing really here in the daily time frame to really talk about. However, in the 4 hour time frame, we know we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. We had a higher low to the 38.2 fib retracement. Beautiful. What were we looking for at the 38.2? We're looking for price to turn around and start giving us higher highs and higher lows. Did we get that? Technically speaking, we did not get it, because structure in the 30-minute time frame was still lower low, lower high, lower low. Right? Price never broke these lows, price never broke these highs. So we understand that we're still trading within that lower low, lower high. However, once we had the rejection of the lows and price pushed up, gave us 2 days of rise. Right? On the 3rd day, which was yesterday, price gave us a rise no net, and we saw price consolidate. Right, in the zone of consolidation, what did price do? It gave us a rejection of the lows. After it gave us a rejection of the lows, what are we looking for? We're looking for an anchor. Right, that anchor that we were given was in the 4 hour time frame. Not only did price give us exhaustion, or in the 1 hour time frame. Sorry, no, this is not in the 1 hour time frame. It's 4 hour time frame. Not only did price give us an exhaustion candle to the low, but we also had the engulfing candle. Once price printed this engulfing candle, all I was looking for was for price to give me a retest. Right, my trade was right on the retest of the engulfing candle, stop loss below it at 62 pips, and my take profit is on yesterday's high for a 4th day variation push to the top side. So gold was a beautiful trade for today. Very beautiful trade for today. Straight into take profit. As soon as it hit take profit, this is where price started slowing down. Very beautiful trade for today. Right? Again, waiting for those confirmations, guys, is key in trading. There's no other way around it. There's nothing more than waiting for your confirmations. Right? So again, for right now for gold, just waiting it out. Right? I have nothing else to trade on gold. We're in the zone consolidation. What are we waiting for? All right? We're either going to wait for price to break above these highs to continue, or we're going to look for price to break these lows to continue. That's it. That's the only thing we could be waiting for here on gold. But right now for gold, already gave us the move that I was looking for the day. It pretty much gave me the move that I was waiting for the week. Just gotta wait for more confirmations now to continue following the trend. Bitcoin, market doesn't close for another hour and a half here, so I won't be able to do a full markup on Bitcoin, but we know we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We know that Bitcoin is in a 4-hour lower low and lower high, which we can see here with the blue markings, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. We're trading between this lower low and this lower high. Now in the internal structure, which is the 30-minute, we can see that price is reaching, or is still doing internal higher highs and higher lows. Right? Higher high, higher low, and then price gave us another higher high just now. So we're still pushing up, we're still looking good. We have a day of rise yesterday. Today we can see that price is wanting to give us that second day rise. Could we be expecting price to give us another push tomorrow to the top side? It could happen, right? So Bitcoin is going to be another one on my watch list. And last but not least, oil. Oil's looking very pretty. You know, oil is one of those pairs I would love to get a pullback, but I know that the odds of that happening are going to be very slim. We had a day of rise yesterday. Today price gave us 2 days of drop. Could we be expecting that third push tomorrow? Could happen, right? I really do love this structure. Maybe we're looking at this in a lower time frame that we're not supposed to. Maybe I'm supposed to be on the 1 hour. If I look at this in the 1 hour time frame, let me see. Right, we have a beautiful engulfing candle up here that was created with this imbalance candle. However, I'm in a situation where for a third day low, there's no way we'll be expecting price to give us a 50% retracement, which will also be the bounce off the 200 EMA. I could be expecting a lower pullback to 23.6, 38.2 fib retracement, but I would want to connect this with another confirmation. I don't like trading just off of one confirmation. The only other confirmation that we have is a previous break of structure retest. So let me delete this, right? And we could be saying that we're expecting something like this to happen, right? To then go short. So for US oil, I'll be expecting a trade like this for today. Pretty easy for today. I would want to have a steeper, a closer, you know, stop loss to have like a better entry. But at this moment, this is what I could see. To keep it safe, I'll put something like this right now for US oil. So US oil is definitely one that's going to be on my watch list for tomorrow. And that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over before we get off for the night? Let me know. If we want to start back from the top to the bottom to really look at what we're looking for to trade, right? AU is not one to look at. EA is not one to look at. EURCAD. Where are we on EURCAD again? EURCAD, we're still looking for that break, but we have that gap at the bottom. We're still following the trend, higher highs and higher lows. Rejected the highs, rejected the lows, went back. We're pretty much looking to see this price want to continue that push to the top side. We can still see lower lows and lower highs. This is probably not the best trade to look at either. EU also, we're still at these 4-hour lows. Just going to keep an eye on it. Not really on my watch list. GA, we have a gap at the bottom. Not on my watch list. GCAD could be one on the list. Depends on how price reacts to these lows and that internal push in the 5-minute, 1-minute time frame. Right, so we'll keep an eye on GCAD, but that's not really on the watch list. GJ, nothing on GJ. GU, nothing on GU. US30, we're not gonna really do anything with that till tomorrow morning. USDCAD and USD ZAR, we could be looking for price to continue the push to the top side, and then gold, I'm not looking at anything. Bitcoin, we could be looking for another push to the top side again. Or really, the only other pair that looks crystal clear, you could say crystal clear, is US oil. We have a change of character, we have the break of structure, looking for that retest to continue that downtrend push. So yeah, guys, any other questions? Let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Let me know. If not, we'll be done for the night, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, guys. Tomorrow morning for the live trading session at 7 a.m. Eastern time, from 7 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Exactly 12 hours from now, we'll be live again with the live trading session. Alright, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace out.